Imagine waking up every single night to the same dream, a child standing in the middle of a dark forest, whispering your name. What would you do if one day that child stepped out of your dreams and appeared right in front of your car? This is the chilling story of Elena Carter, a young woman whose search for truth uncovered a secret so dark it shattered everything she thought she knew about her life. A forgotten fire, a hidden brother, and a haunting that wasn't about fear, but about love, loss, and unfinished goodbyes. In a bustling American town called Riverdale, a 26-year-old girl named Elena Carter lived a seemingly ordinary life. On the outside, she was confident and cheerful, but inside, her heart carried a strange emptiness. Every night, Elena had the same recurring dream, a child standing alone in a dark forest, whispering her name. Each time she woke up, her chest felt heavy as if someone had taken away her breath. Her therapist said it was just suppressed emotions, but Elena knew this wasn't normal. One evening, while driving home, she saw something that froze her blood. The same child from her dreams was standing on the roadside, staring at her car. She slammed the brakes, but when she looked again, the child was gone. Her hands trembled. "Am I losing my mind?" she whispered. That night, Elena couldn't sleep. A strange urge pushed her to find out who that child was and why she was seeing him everywhere. Elena searched her late mother's belongings in the attic. Among old books and photographs, she found a small locked diary. After struggling, she managed to open it. Inside were handwritten notes, and one page instantly caught her attention. It read, "Elena must never know about the boy. If she remembers, everything will collapse." Her heart pounded. The boy. Which boy? As she flipped more pages, she found sketches, drawings of the exact child she saw in her dreams. The diary also mentioned a place, Willow Creek Orphanage. The next morning, without telling anyone, Elena drove to Willow Creek. But when she reached, the place was abandoned, its windows broken and walls covered in vines. Inside, the silence was suffocating. Dust, torn bedsheets and broken toys lay scattered. As she walked deeper, she found a name carved into the wall with shaky hands. Ethan. Her stomach dropped. She had never heard this name before, yet it felt hauntingly familiar. In the local library, Elena dug through old newspapers. After hours of searching, she found an article from 20 years ago. Tragedy at Willow Creek Orphanage. Fire kills 5 children. Only one survivor, a young girl named Elena Carter. The room spun around her. She dropped the paper, her lips trembling. How can this be? I don't remember any of this. But then another detail hit harder. One of the children who died in the fire was named Ethan Carter, her brother. Elena's heart broke into 1,000 pieces. All those dreams, all those whispers. Ethan wasn't haunting her. He was reaching out. Tears streamed down her face as she whispered, "Ethan, you were real." But the newspaper also hinted something darker. The fire was not an accident. Elena confronted her father, who now lived in another town. At first, he resisted, but when she showed him the diary and the article, his face turned pale. Finally, with shaking hands, he confessed, "Yes, Ethan was your brother, but you were too young to remember. Your mother never wanted you to know. Because the fire, it wasn't an accident. Someone wanted Ethan gone." Her veins turned cold. "Who?" Her father hesitated, tears filling his eyes. "Your mother's own brother. He wanted to adopt you both after the divorce, but your mother refused. The fire was his revenge. We could never prove it." Elena's body shook with rage and grief. All this time her family had buried the truth. And now Ethan's soul was trapped, waiting for her to remember. That night she returned to Willow Creek one last time. As she stood in the burnt hallway, she whispered, "Ethan, I remember you now." And then she felt it, a small, cold hand holding hers. The air in the orphanage shifted, the shadows grew darker, and for a moment Elena felt like she was sinking into another world. Then she saw him, Ethan, standing with tears in his eyes, just as he appeared in her dreams. "Elena, you came back," he said softly. She broke down, sobbing. "I'm so sorry, I forgot you. I didn't know. Please forgive me." Ethan smiled gently. "It wasn't your fault. I only wanted you to remember me, so I could rest." A bright light filled the room as Ethan's figure began to fade. Before disappearing completely, he whispered, "Live happily, Elena, for both of us." The orphanage grew silent again, but Elena felt something she hadn't in years. Peace. The emptiness inside her heart was gone. When she walked out into the morning sun, she smiled for the first time in ages. She carried Ethan's memory, not as a haunting shadow, but as a guiding light. At the end, Elena looked into the camera for audience impact and said, "Sometimes peace doesn't come from forgetting the past. It comes from remembering what truly matters."